So, what if the whole idea of mind control has nothing to do with control at all? We're about to dive into a way of mastering your mind that completely flips that idea on its head, and it comes from some seriously ancient wisdom. If you've ever felt like you're in a constant war with your own thoughts, then you are absolutely in the right place. You know that feeling, right? That one thought just pops into your head. Maybe it's anxiety or replaying a mistake or worrying about what's next. And your first instinct, your gut reaction, is to just shove it away, to fight it, to basically yell, "Get out," in your own mind. We have all been there. Well, here's the hard truth. That strategy, it's basically designed to fail. Trying to suppress a thought it's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. The harder you push it down, the more violently it just shoots back up to the surface. It's a game you just can't win. Okay, so first things first, let's really break down why this go-to approach, this idea of waging war on our own minds, is so completely backwards. It really boils down to two very, very different paths you can take. This lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got mental warfare. That's the path of suppression, of forcing things, and it just creates this constant grinding tension. But on the other side, mental balance. This is a path of embracing, of integrating, and that's what leads to real stillness. You see, one is a fight, the other is more like a dance. So if warfare doesn't work, what's the alternative? Well, the answer comes from this incredible ancient text, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, and it holds a secret to mental stillness that has absolutely nothing to do with fighting and everything to do with union. And get this, the entire idea is hidden right there in the name. Hatha isn't just a style of yoga, it's a fundamental principle. It means the union of Ha, the sun, that active positive energy, and Ta, the moon, the receptive negative force. The secret isn't to get rid of one and choose the other, it's to unite them both. And this idea leads us to something even bigger, a universal law that, according to this wisdom, governs not just our minds, but, well, all of reality. Let's unpack this because it's a game changer. This is it, the law of sacred polarity. And what it says is that everything exists in a perfect state of balance. Every up has a down, every joy has a corresponding pain. Our minds only get disturbed when we get fixated on just one side of the coin and pretend the other doesn't exist. Real peace is found in seeing both sides at the exact same time. Okay, let's make this super practical. Take something like losing a job. The obvious negatives are right there, staring you in the face. Lost income, uncertainty, a hit to the ego. But the law says there must be a hidden positive side. And if you look, it's there. The freedom to maybe find what you're really meant to do. Release from a job you didn't love. A real chance to grow. The event itself isn't good or bad, it's actually perfectly balanced. So understanding this law is one thing, but how do we actually, live it? How do we train our minds to see this balance automatically without even thinking about it? Well, there's a practical four-stage path to get there. The journey happens in these four stages. It all starts with simple recognition. Then it moves into physical embodiment, deepens with integration, and ultimately it leads to transcendence, a state they call samadhi, where this balanced view just becomes your default setting. Stage one, this is where we all have to start. It's a simple but honestly pretty radical practice of just asking a question. When a really strong feeling comes up, anger, joy, whatever, you just pause and you ask this. You're not trying to change how you feel. You're just training your mind to look for the whole picture. Now, this is where it gets really cool. You take this mental idea and you make it physical. Your body is the most incredible laboratory for this. In any yoga pose, heck, even just doing a stretch, you can feel two opposite forces at once. There's effort, but there's also ease. There's stability, but there's also expansion. This teaches your nervous system, down to a cellular level, that opposites can and do coexist peacefully. And as you practice this, something really profound starts to shift. You start to realize that this whole dance of opposites, it isn't just something you're watching. It's actually pointing to a much deeper truth about who you really are. This right here, this is probably the most important takeaway of the whole thing. You are not the happiness. You are not the sadness. You aren't the success, and you aren't the failure. You are the silent, unchanging awareness, the space in which all of these experiences come and go. Think of it like a movie screen. Your awareness is the screen, and success, failure, pleasure, pain, that's all just the movie playing out on the screen. The movie's changing constantly, right? But the screen itself remains completely untouched, totally unaffected. That screen, that is your true self. So to bring this into your actual real life, here's a super simple guide. Every morning, do a quick polarity scan of yesterday. Look for the hidden balance in a few good and bad things that happened. When you're moving your body, treat it like that balance lab. And in the evening, do a quick review of any tough moments from the day and consciously look for the other side until you feel that sense of peace settle in. And that leaves us with one last, kind of mind-bending thought to chew on. What if the very things we fight against the most, our anxieties, our biggest challenges, those negative thoughts, what if they aren't problems we need to get rid of at all? What if they are actually the perfectly designed curriculum for our own awakening, just waiting for us to stop fighting and finally see the other side?